I had torn the tendon off my thumb in a fight scene in the... Whoa,
all right.
That sounds like a fight scene over there. In this scene, I have basically found and... Basically kidnapped. I mean, potato, tomato, whatever the saying is. There you go. Look at you.
Woo.
Worse. Sneaky bitch.
No, that was my double Bethany, the first part of the role. They didn't trust me to not, harm myself.
We needed you to finish the movie.
Fair. Look at how badass you look. Oh,
I look very annoyed. You really are just pushing me. You don't know when to stop.
No.
We shot this in Morocco in August. That's all I'm going to say. It was like working in a sauna.
So I'm like laying on this ground and I'm seeing these giant desert ants crawl by and I'm fighting for my life to not freak out because I was like, an ant's going to go in my eye.
Even your dying is annoying me. Why does it have to be so goddamn slow the first couple of times? Yeah, I think Andy in the beginning, in the first movie, she's kind of like lost faith in humanity. And I think Niall somewhat represents that. It's just another body, but she doesn't understand how this is one of them. And if this child will just get in the car.
I mean, Niall is processing a lot. She had her throat slashed. She's back from said throat slash. There's a lot going on. She's been kidnapped.
Yeah. You shot me. I did. I need you to get back in the car, please. And when I try to get her back into the vehicle, she very rudely stabs me in the shoulder.
I think it was earned. Again, I was kidnapped. Niall's a fighter. That's how she became part of the team.
Can you please not do that again?
Which then poor Niall has to, vomit after
By the way, this is actually quite poignant in this film and also in Old Guard too.
Yes.
Because it is such a simple moment. We actually really dive into this moment.
Yeah.
Her name was Queen.
So Niall is having a dream specifically about Quinn. So we learned that the immortals dream about each other. So Niall is having this very vivid, very painful dream about Quinn. So she's got to ask Andy some tough questions like, who this woman?
This fight sequence, this was the last 3 weeks of shooting the film, and I had torn the tendon off my thumb. So I rode that horse with a thumb that wasn't really working, and there's like a glimmer, you can see. I tried to turn it into determination and rage, but really what it was fear. Like, don't fall off the horse.
I've never been burned alive before.
I got to spend some time with Van before the film, but really, truly, I got to know her through these kind of flashbacks. By the time we were shooting this scene, we had really we were in sync. It's a really emotional moment because I think it's such a painful memory that even though her team knows the story, they don't talk about it.
For thousands of years, you two have been, running around the world, and then she gets locked up into this Iron Maiden, and kind of hearing that Andy gave up on finding her, that's a lot to process. It really makes her wonder, can she trust this woman? Does she have her back?
I think we had like a wordy scene. We decided to take it out and simplify it to this one thing that they share with each other. We never dive into things that I think movies love to do, to kind of like underline identity and who this person is. And that's a lesson I learned on Fury Road. George Miller really decided specifically to never ever mention how she lost her arm. It taught me a great lesson that people can also just be. You don't have to explain them. And I think that was why people loved this relationship, because they had so many questions. They were constantly kind of guessing, are they just friends? Are they lovers? And it was one of those things that I love that we never address.